Lots of videos this weekend for everybody. Now on this list are yearlings, somewhat all the year. Now it was accurate up till last weekend when we left Lexington, but it's not accurate right now. We have a number of other horses that have come in. I wish I could tell you who they were right now. One, got some gummies. One, not one. Yeah, one's coming from Ontario. It was an all bets off filly next week. That's one. Two are coming from Pennsylvania, Schaefer Farms. They're going to be in Ohio for a bit. There's two. And then we have three coming from Lexington. Now, one of those horses was just sent to us to break. Mark Beckwith asked me to break his two horses. Heston Blue Chip, I don't know, a Heston Blue Chip yearling and American Ideal colt. I broke the colt the other day. He jogs nice. I haven't seen the Heston Blue Chip yet. He is going to be broken and going Monday. So, what else we got? Give you a little go through here. Captain in the Air. For those of you out there who like pacers and don't buy this horse, shame on you. This is a beautiful horse, good family, very, very good looking colt. And I'll be completely honest with you, he's actually bigger than I thought he was at the sale. I thought he looked medium size-ish. He's a big boy. He's gonna be a nice colt. I like him a lot. Captain in the Air, very straight, very correct. As I said, pretty decent family. Lots going on with this guy. $27,000 was simply too little. Carter Michael Dio, the biggest horse we broke this year, maybe the biggest horse I've broken in a long time. He is a mammoth beast. A couple of times he struck on the track with his front legs, squealing and rearing up. I hope to God he never figures out how to kick with his back ones, because he is a big boy. I would not want to be on the receiving end of violence from him, from his hind end or his front end. Very good looking colt. Trots nice, square, and clean. He's so big. It's going to be interesting to see what takes place this winter with Carter Michael Dio. Cash Deals looks good. I get messages from Dave all the time. Where's the videos of Cash Deals? Where's the video? Just relax. I gave you guys a day one video of Cash Deals. You're going to have to wait till we start videoing all the horses. But I'm not just going to go out and run videos of all the horses, half of our stable, because you want to see your horse right now. You're going to have to wait until we get the drone up and running. We'll have it up soon for a little look-see at all our colts, but we're going to have them in first. So keep in mind, the horses that are jogging in Ohio will probably start trickling back this way throughout the month of November, but that will be as we start bringing horses out of the field. So this is very important. I need you to pay attention to this. We have a very good staff in Ohio and a very good staff in Ontario. I don't want to take 10 horses out of Ohio and have 2 people unemployed, so we won't get them back. So I would rather trickle the horses back over here so that we have both our staffs fully formed and fully intact throughout the month of October, November, and into December. December will be fine anyway. For those of you who are hoping that the Ohio 2-year-olds will come back, they likely won't. They'll likely stay in Ohio. That doesn't mean we won't have videos of them from time to time, but it does mean that they'll likely stay in their home state, their home country, for the simple reason I need those people there when we go to race next summer, or we won't be able to race next summer. It's very hard. If you're in any sort of business right now, I'm talking to you. If you're in any sort of business right now, then you know that there's employment shortages everywhere, and it is vitally important that we keep our staff. So Cash Deals, back to him. I will get you a video soon enough. I would hope, I'm not going to give you any time frames. I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. In the near future, we'll start bringing you a couple of videos of the horses that are in Ontario, and we'll start to bring you some more videos of horses that are in the U.S. I just don't know how we'll go about doing the ones in the U.S. just yet. Chocolate for lunch looks good. This is No Free Lunch's sister. The only dig on her, she's a little offset in her knees, but lots of horses are. We were just about to buy a filly the other day who was a lot more offset in her knees than this filly, but we didn't get her. So you might ask yourself, Anthony, what's the issue with offset knees? So it's simple. Here's a lag. An offset knee would be it would with there's the arm coming down, right? And then a little jut to the outside of the inside, usually the outside. A little jut to the outside and straight down. So you call those offset. You would think, now because that, for lack of a better word, that is crooked, there would be density issues, right? How would they distribute the weight on that leg? Some horses have, Sunshine's Finest never had a problem with it. He was towed in bad and was offsetting his knees. Never had a problem with it at all. So, is it a problem? Yeah, it can be on some horses. But you don't know it's a problem until it's a problem. So again, it's not an ideal situation, but it's one that we've forgiven many, many times before, and we will again in the future. Don't jump over anybody. I got a white shirt. Don't jump. Columbus. You guys know I was very careful when purchasing the What the Hills this year. I thought in my mind, any of the ones that looked like they could interfere just would, right? Because they did last year. All the ones we had interfered. But they'd go with their work, but as they interfered, they get angry, frustrated, and it didn't end well for some of them. They were starting to work through it. Amy's filly, I call her Amy's filly because Amy loved her. That's Lawmaker's sister, right? She was good, but at the same time, she get into her knees and her jacks a little bit. So we opted to turn her out and let her grow up. The other filly cracked her foot. The other was Granite Hill. We turned him out because he was immature. So, but I did notice a lot of the other horses in Ohio, and all the trainers said the same thing. Get hot, they get interfering. No, chicken and the egg, one or the other. I suspect it's the latter. I suspect they start to interfere a little bit, then they get hot, then they get really angry. We want to avoid that, so I only bid on the What the Hills that I thought were pretty correct. Columbus was perfectly correct, and he looks awesome on the track. Looked very, very good on the track. First day I broke him. They've been raving about him since then. So very happy with Columbus. Coupe de Ville, same thing. Got a little streak in her, just like her sister did. You wouldn't want to play with her. She let you know in a hurry that she wasn't about to be played with. And Coupe de Ville had the same type of attitude when you broke her. Kicked a little bit, had a little stubborn streak in her, but they said she'd been going great now. Cunning Connie, this affiliate just landed here the other day from Lexington, the Muscle Mass filly. She is towed in a little bit. Fair game. She's towed in a little bit, but a lot of the Muscle Masses are. Tipsy and Dixie was. Lots of them are. Doesn't really seem to bother them a whole lot. Again, some people call them pigeon-toed. They're pigeon-toed, they're in a little bit. Obviously, when you're landing like that, it's going to put pressure in different places on your leg. So it's, again, not ideal, not perfect, but something, again, I have no problem forgiving. And Cunning Connie trots perfectly on the track. Cutie Cumber. We got Cutie Cumber because she was an embryo transplant foal. I don't want to get into the science or the fake science of concerns on embryo transplants. All I see is a very good-looking filly. She had an OCD removed from her hock. It's still a little swollen up, but she trots perfect. If you guys want to look, you can see a video we made about Cutie Cumber this week. What I saw was a beautiful Chapter 7 filly. Her only issue was an OCD that was removed, so it's gone. It's no issue now. And a full sister to Help is on the way, the sire that is in Indiana now. So for anybody else that saw anything different, that's on you, not me. But Cutie Cumber, gorgeous filly, very well bred, and looks very nice on the track also. Depend on it. This is a good looking horse. One of two horses I thought were grossly undervalued, and quite frankly, in my opinion, my humble opinion, grossly underpaid for at the sale, and Depend on It was one of the highest ones. There was only one horse I had marked higher that we got for less, and we'll talk about him in a minute in Magic Tom, but circling back to Depend on It, good looking colt, does his work real well, really pleased with him. Dreaming of Credit. There's a horse, I don't know why you guys didn't like this horse. I guess it was the first sale, just the sale where we bought My Jazz, a couple of those horses. An unknown sire, I believe, in Crescent Fashion, something like that, Credit Fashion. I didn't care who he was by. I just looked at the horse and saw a horse that I was very interested in. Breeding was pretty good, aside from the father, who was a little bit of an unknown, not a little bit, very unknown, but aside from that, a good-looking colt. Video was nice, and he was really nice in our inspections on the day of the sale. I thought he was beautiful. and I thought when I bought him it was a slam dunk. Apparently many of you disagreed with me because there's still plenty of shares left on him. That's okay. It's okay. He's not feeling the love, but I guarantee you, I'm not going to guarantee you, but I suspect that will change soon enough. Enzo Aguillo, whatever the hell his name is. Steve's horse. That name is in reference to the Godfather. I know I butchered the last name, but whatever. Father Patrick Colt. There's no shares available to this guy. I didn't want anybody thinking that I just bought my buddy's horse and I was going to force the horse on you. I suspect soon enough, by the looks of him and how he seems, you'll want him soon enough, and people can come asking at that point. But for right now, Enzo just in the barn doing his work the way he's supposed to. Full Heart. This is Ailson's sister. She does come close to her left knee when she's trotting, but so did her sister. It never really bothered her any. But everything else is full speed ahead. She looks great. And let me be as clear as I can. When she comes close to her knee, put a little weight on her, she'll probably get over that knee and there won't be a problem. She's got a big, strong, beautiful gait on her. Tell you what she reminds me of, and I just thought about it now, is Tanzanite Tricks, except she's built better. Tanzanite Tricks was a little narrow up front. Nice filly, did her work well, a little narrow up front. This filly's built a little more proportionate. So Full Heart, good looking filly, sister to Ailson by full count. Gandalf the Black, I talked about him in another video. Shadow Play Colt, we simply got him discounted because one, his first dam was a little weak, admittedly so it was. Second dam and third dam were strong, very strong, and he was a Ridgeling. A lot of people see Ridgeling, they shudder. I don't want a Ridgeling. Now, a Ridgeling, I've told you guys before, is one of the testicles is up in the abdomen. It hasn't dropped yet, and it probably never would, so it needs a surgery. They go up and castrate the horse, but they have to go up and get that testicle. And it's a $1,500 operation, so I don't know. You tell me how much Gandalf the Black was discounted because of being a Ridgeling. Then look at what it cost to fix that issue, which it's fixed now, which was under $1,600. I think if 1 and 1 equals 2, then Gandalf the Black was an underpriced yearling. Looks great on the track now. Another horse I think you guys, I don't blame you. Illinois, it's a different cookie altogether. You know, this is a little bit of an unknown. We haven't been back there in a couple of years. They're going to start going for more money. Is there more money in the program this year, next year? Nobody knows yet. There's still more than enough money for a horse, but you have to be a good horse. GJ's ATM is a horse that I thought looked awesome. Great video. He is of a sire that is proven now. And one of the other ones we bought a horse by is not proven. But GJ's ATM looks very good on his video, looked very good in his pedigree. Very impressed with this horse, and I like him very much. Apparently a lot more than you like him, because there's quite a few shares still remaining on GJ's ATM. High Enterprise was my top pick of the entire Ohio Select sale. I'll proudly say that until she proves me wrong, and if she's no good, I'll deny it till the day I die. It's a politician, I'll tell you. But High Enterprise, very happy with this filly. All three Enterprises look the same. They're both a little rickety, a little clacky going, but at the same time, I think they'll be fine. I can't wait to get this particular filly home and get going with her full time. I haven't seen her on the track in a while. Joe and Jeff have been going with the horses over here, and Jason said they've been doing a fantastic job. So I'll circle back with them when I get to Ohio and say, hey, how's our girl, High Enterprise? How's she trotting? I suspect, from what I saw early on, only the first few days of her jogging, a little bit of weight up front, and I think she'll come forward in a big way. Hill Street Blues, this guy, just like his brother, can be a little bit of a terrorist sometimes. He was kicking and acting up, but now that they got him going good full bore now, I think he's fine. Trot's nice. Again, this is let me see, he is Eternity Road's brother by What the Hell, and he looks very, very good. Big, strong colt. Horn player, just one of those things. I think when you talk about horses falling through the cracks, this one was one of them. You know, sure, we didn't get her for nothing. She was $45,000, but she is a tactical landing sister to Alarm Detector. Very, very nice horse. He was, and she looks exceptional on the track. She's already murdered one Mud Apron, but she's now decided. She was at attempted murder the other day, but didn't get to it. She just kicked it once. I wouldn't want to be sitting too close to her for the next couple of weeks when we start jogging her. Big, strong filly, lots and lots of energy. Let's leave it at that. But a beautiful gait. Very, very happy that we were able to acquire a horn player. Lady All-Star was a little stubborn the last week. They said they couldn't get her to go. She was balking and would just stupid stuff. On the track, she's 1, 2, 3, 4, never misses a beat. I just put an open bridle on her yesterday. She was a little green, a little goofy, but she did her work well, and I'm very, very happy with Lady All-Star. Food for thought. Again, my top pick of the win-back sale was Lady All-Star. Landing Strip, I talked exclusively about him in a Facebook post today, and then again in a video or two this morning. A very, very nice colt. This is Pinkman's brother by Tactical Landing. He's a knockout. He looks exceptionally good on the track. Very, very impressed with everything I see from Landing Strip. Leaps and bounds. I wish these two guys weren't so close together because they broke as nice as any two horses I've broken in a while. Leaps and Bounds looked as naturally gifted as any horse I broke in quite a while. Go up on the track, 1, 2, 3, 4. I looked down, she only had 3 shoes on. She lost a shoe and just trotted perfectly. 1, 2, 3, 4, never missed a beat. She is a beautiful filly. And again, as I was talking in an earlier video, when I had to transition away from Father Patrick, because it was clear that many of the trainers were in the same boat that I was in saying that they thought, and I thought, that the Father Patricks were going to be discounted, and in turn we could do some business in that particular corner of the yearling sale, and it just wasn't to be. I think we'd all talked ourselves into Father Patrick, and everybody bid on them, so we weren't able to get a Father Patrick. So Bar Hopping was the one that came in a little bit light, and Leaps and Bounds, I think she's going to turn some heads for quite a while. I don't know how fast she is. I don't know what she's going to look like next summer, but I can tell you for the next little while, at least at the stable.ca, a lot of people are going to be talking about Leaps and Bounds. Magical Tom. I talk quite a bit about Magical Tom. I really don't know what your issue is with Magical Tom. Here's a horse that I had priced, I think, at $46,000, somewhere around there. I wasn't going that high because we had bought a bunch of horses in that particular grouping, trotting colts. But I think we gave 15 or 18 for him. I thought that was a slam dunk. Apparently you disagreed with me, as there's half the horse still remaining. How? I have no idea. He broke great. He looks great on the track over here. All I hear is good things about Magical Tom, but still, there he sits with half of them sold. I think at some point, I'll tell you this much, there's a couple of my horses that I own pieces of that are going to be in the Harrisburg sale. You keep leaving Magical Tom the way he is, and you're going to wake up one morning shortly after Harrisburg, and that 50 is going to read 0, and you won't have to figure out where they went to. Right here. Merchant Man looks good. This is Merchandiser's brother. Good family, and a very, very good looking colt. I had him out the track. He looks awesome. Really impressed with Merchant Man. My 1%. You're going to hear me personally talk about my 1%. This is our first homebred in the barn as a yearling. Beautiful colt and a Dewey Ann. I love Dewey Ann. I love everything about Dewey Ann. And there isn't a human being on earth that wishes more success on my 1% than me. Love the mare. Love the colt. Can't wait to see him throughout the winter at Tamiko. Olczek. This is a horse obviously named after Eddie Olczek, keeping the theme of hockey with this particular family. This is the sister of Miss Brampton, the brother of Miss Brampton Beast, full brother to Miss Brampton Beast. We had high hopes for her. She had some breathing issues at 2. Was still 1 at 55 at 2, 54 as a 3-year-old. Looked good, but again, at 3, same thing. Not really a ton of improvement, and really was lost in the shuffle. And then at 4, really just killing time until she was claimed or somebody bought her, and eventually she was claimed. A bit of a letdown, I think goes without saying. But her brother Adrenaline Rush was a decent horse again. Won a stake race at 2, did okay at 2. At 3, kind of lost in the shuffle. Raced good. First start on Lasix. That was also the night that he broke his leg. He cracked his cannon bone. It's all fixed now, but he is going to need some more stall rest. So, unfortunately, Adrenaline Rush on the shelf, but his brother Olczek looking good on the track. I'll be completely honest with you right here. I had no idea what Outlaw Jesse James is. Didn't buy him in sale. As we said here privately. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know who Outlaw Jesse James is. Maybe I thought it was a different horse, and I'm getting this particular horse mixed up with someone. And my apologies to whoever sent us Outlaw Jesse James. Can't place it. Real Fear. Where are we at here? Real Fear is a colt I talked about. Or this is bugging me now, this Outlaw Jesse James thing. Jesse James. That's right, it's got to be on the tip of my tongue. Didn't come from him. Didn't come from him. I can't place this horse. That's frustrating. I gotta find out. I'm ending this video right now. So I gotta find out what an Outlaw Jesse James is. So we're gonna stop at Outlaw Jesse James. I'll be back in a minute with Outlaw Jesse James and Real Fear. It'll drive me crazy.